My name's Donna Cropley. I'll give you a little bit of background. I'm a senior admin assistant over at Yale School of Public Health, and I work in the Environmental Health Sciences Department. And my chair this year is going to teach, or has taught, public health toxicology, which is EHS 503. And I was given the task to create everything for the students in Canvas. So I had Jen come over to EPH with us and sit down with the chair because he's new to the school, new to teaching, and this is new to Canvas. So I had to have a meeting to have everybody there to see what does he want to use Canvas for and how can we get there. So we did have a couple meetings actually with Jen, and we had some snafus in the beginning, but thanks to Canvas we worked it out. So I have further copies of the syllabus up here if you'd like to see it, because this only goes, as you can see, it only goes to, I believe, April 7th, and the final is this week. So when I first took a look at this and then knew what Canvas has, my thought was he's having lectures on Monday, discussions on Friday. So I thought, well, why don't we create modules? That was my thinking. So as soon as the syllabus was done and finalized, I went into Canvas and I created everything you see here in the modules. So I did lecture first with the date, title, and on the syllabus he didn't put in there lecture 1, 2, 1, discussion 2, like that. So for the students, I went in and I did, lecture 1, the title, and who the speaker is going to be. It's himself, and he has guest speakers come in. So that's the way I created it in Canvas, and the only way that you can see that is if I show it to you. So let me just get out of here. Is it ending? Nope. There we go. Okay, and here's the modules, and as you can see, because when there was a presentation, I would be the one uploading it to the students, hopefully a few days before the lecture. That's what he prefers. Sometimes it's the morning of. So I went in and, as you can see, everything here, I created, lecture 1 and then the discussion after it, and they would know that lecture 1, is the first one. And what I chose to do, he kind of left it up to me, but what I chose to do is not publish, until something was in there. That's what I chose to do. And a couple of pointers, if anyone in here is going to do that, we found out uploading PowerPoint wasn't so great, so you have to take the PowerPoint and convert it to PDF. And the students were able to get that better. So we found that out in the beginning. So we did that, so everything's PDF. And the other thing, I would publish, but I also, on top of that, have to send announcements to the students. I guess they don't always see, oh, something's there. So now every time I publish, I go into announcement, and I just send an announcement. We learned this throughout. And as you can see, these are all my announcements to them. Every time I publish something, I would let them know, hey, it's here, so they know when it's available, whether it's 2 days before, maybe the morning of. So that's what I utilized Canvas for, and that's the way, when I first looked at it, that I saw how to do it, in my mind, was to put it in modules. Obviously, before I uploaded the syllabus to syllabus, which you can see in here, I don't know how many people have utilized any of this, but of course the syllabus is there, as you can see. Really, that's about it, but those were my 2 pointers, and then we go down. Here, like I would have, there's an option in there to have this discussions indented a little bit. So sometimes the presenters would have their presentation and also papers, maybe. So I just kind of make it in a way where you look at it, you understand it. It kind of like looking at the syllabus was my mind, how I was looking at it. So that's what I utilize Canvas for, so I don't know. Just to give you an idea what it looks like, and we'll be doing this next spring too, so yes.
Is it true that when you send an announcement, it doesn't go to the regular email? I've heard that.
Correct. My understanding is it is through Canvas.
So you
But
have to go into Canvas to get to know you.
I believe so, because I know although when I send an announcement, I do get an email that I did it.
Yes,
So I don't-
I'll just speak to that. It does get sent out to your Yale email account, but every person can control what notifications they receive. So if they feel like somebody's posting way too many announcements, they can turn off announcements so that they won't keep getting those. But the default setting is that they would receive emails whenever an announcement is posted.
And I think that was the problem, is it's left up to the students to have that announcement piece on or off. So some would say to the faculty member, I never got it. And I'm like, oh my God, I sent it, you know. And then we were finding out who has it on, who has it off. You know, you don't know. So the best thing is to just, I just do an announcement, and they're supposed to all get it. So I hope they do. And it worked after we worked that out a little bit. So I don't know if there's any.
You mentioned that you were having a problem with the PowerPoints. Is that because the PowerPoints were a large file size, or did you have special transitions in PowerPoint that just didn't carry over?
Probably both. I'm thinking the files were probably pretty big. You know, I've seen, because the lecture's an hour and a half, and I've seen, 75 slides. And you might have figures in there and everything. So I think that was the problem. I really never found out, but it's just the easy, quick fix is just to do PDF, and they were able to download it that way. It was much better. So that's sure.
Did you get any feedback from the students about being able to navigate this way rather than ways you might have done it in the past?
When Classes V2 was a different instructor, and he didn't utilize it the way that this professor does. He just would put slides up there, and he didn't have guest lecturers, and it's very, this is very detailed, which is the way he was running it. Classes V2 was very easy, a few slides here and there, so it was more easier. With Canvas, I did hear we have a TA for the class, and they would like everything through Canvas. They like Canvas. They like the assignment piece or the paper piece, everything to be through Canvas. So we decided to go that way rather than email. Don't email me the final, or whatever they're using. The TA is taking care of that piece. And that was, they said that to her, and then she came back and told us. So.
And this is PDFs of what the PowerPoint would be, not what the resources are. Like or do people use the modules for resources as well? So you wouldn't put them in the other place. You put them in this.
Resources, you mean papers or?
Files. PDFs that you files.
Yeah, I use it in modules because they would give papers, which were PDFs, as part of the, like say it's a discussion, and it's 2 papers are going to discuss. So it's a PDF. So I put it in that piece that's discussion. You could see it in there, and I would upload the 2 papers and explain. The 2 files attached are part of the discussion today, which is, kind of really a lot of information. So specifically, they know what's going on, and like I said, they seem to like that piece. If there was a question here.
I think the benefit to the students of putting all of everything they need for that session, the readings, the links to the discussions, if they're submitting assignments, PowerPoints. In Classes B2, they would need to go to one place to find the files, another place to find the discussion. This way, all they need to do is go to modules, and then we're not going to miss anything.
Right, and my thought was, this week is a module. You have the lecture on Monday, what's attached to that? Underneath, because it's Friday, is a discussion, what's attached there. So they can look at it, and I think pretty much I put dates on all of them. For me, I had to have the dates. What's going on April 3rd, what's going on April 10th, what's going on, basically what this is. So that's the way I looked at it. And I think it works. So I'm going to do the same next year unless I hear different.
If you're teaching courses where maybe there's some overlap of content, would you be able to just copy the entire module from this course and move it over to another course?
I don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can definitely copy content from any course. You can copy as much or as little from another course. So you could do a full course copy, or you could be very targeted and say, I just want this specific module or this specific file from the files area.
Great. I think I'm done, right? Oh, thank you.